G'day everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Vaadwaur, and with me once again is...
Nicolomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. So, last time we finished off the Romulan storyline, I believe it was? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So we finished
Again.
off that, and now we're zooming back forward in time to the present, where we're going to go back and start doing or continuing on our journey through the Delta Quadrant.
Yay, we have no patrol mission.
Yes. So we'll start with that. Hopefully it'll let us into the same one.
Hopefully, because otherwise this is going to be really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, but it looks like you're in here.
Yay, excellent.
Right, so this is the intelligence gathering one for this batch of patrol missions, if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're dealing with the sub commander, so yeah. Right, so we're here to try and retrieve data from some beacons, because the Vaadwaur are trying to ambush us.
But we know they're trying to ambush us, so they can't.
Yeah. So because we want to try and capture one of their ships.
Yep.
So this week I started flying the Kabali Samsar because I finished off getting it in the for the event. It is actually a pretty nice ship. I don't have the full item set for it because the last item is added next week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's actually still a really nice cruiser, and even still like fairly tanky, even if you don't have all the pieces. And it so while we're doing this, we can talk a little bit about this week's news. Cryptic announced and released a whole new set of ships. What do they call them? The command battle cruisers?
Mm-hmm.
Not command.
No, you're right.
Okay. So they are.
It's another 3x3 pack, kind of like the science destroyers were.
They're being sold in a 3 sets of 3 packs, much like the science destroyer last year, which is actually kind of interesting. I almost expected them to do a different ship, but it's been a year since they've done this, so it makes sense that they would do another. They are designed to house what I imagine is going to be a new gimmick, which, considering how involved this gimmick is, they'll probably be adding it to they'll probably be retrofitting it onto some previous ships, if not all cruisers in general. What it is that these ships have a, what do they call it, inspiration mechanic, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is as you and your allies use bridge officer powers, all command battleships in the team will start gaining points of inspiration. And once their inspiration bar fills up, they can activate one of 3 abilities to give their team a large bonus. It's a lot like the ability. In a way, it's a lot like the Intel ship's ability, because they actually still kind of follow the same niche. So, like one of the abilities is a team-wide heal and defense buff. One is a team-wide. I don't remember what they all are. Like I know one is basically a team-wide defense buff. One is a team-wide offense buff, and the last one I think is a team-wide reduction of bridge officer ability cooldowns.
I think it was something like that.
And like each buff lasts over a period of time, not like a long period of time, but if you have multiple command battle cruisers in your team, they will you can continue to use the abilities to extend the length, but not increase the effect of the buff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like the really, really nice thing about these ships is that it's just sort of fixing a problem that I've had with a lot of the ships Cryptic has been releasing lately, is that they are incredibly customizable. Like they have, as part of the,
design wise.
Yeah, like as part of the announcement, they put a few GIFs up that have it's just a bunch of random combinations of the of all the parts, and there is a lot of customization that you can have on these ships, which is really, really nice. I mean, Cryptic has not been releasing very many ships lately that have much customization, if at all. Like because like, and okay, like to be fair, part of it is that they're also releasing like other faction ships that sort of have a fixed look. Like, you know, if you get the Vaadwaur Azteca, like there's kind of only one way that ship looks. Like, you know, you don't really have much choice on that matter, which is, you know, kind of a shame, but that's just the way it kind of is.
Plus, I don't think any lockbox ship has customization options, does it?
I'm trying to think. You're probably right, but that's. I'd have to look to see if see how much customization options the temporal ships have, but it's probably not much. But yeah, in general, yes, you are right, because lockbox ships tend to be, again, a fixed non-Federation ship. So as a result, they tend to not have many options. Because, like, you know, if you are winning the Azteca, like there's only one way the Azteca looks. If you're winning the like if you're winning the Bug, there's only one way the assault ship looks. You know, stuff like that. So yeah, unfortunately they don't have that many options, which is a shame. But yeah, so it's really nice to see them go back and be very detailed. Like, there are a lot of, like, there is a wide range in how some of these ships look. Like, the Romulan ones, like, one of their versions has one of the 3 ships in the pack has basically scimitar-like wings on it. Like, it is really, really crazy how much options it has. So, like, one has the scimitar wings, and another one is kind of like a slightly larger Tavaro. So, like, there's a lot of range on that one. The Klingon ones has, like, they all look like Klingon battlecruisers, but, like, there's one which is very, very snub-nosed, and then there are, as opposed to the others, which are very normal in design. So yeah, I am very, very impressed in how they look.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Kind of tempt. Though I think the thing is, I think you have to buy all 3 to get all customization options.
Yes. Yeah. If you buy any
all 3
one,
for your faction.
Yeah. If you buy any one, you only get that one's looks. If you want all the looks, you have to buy all 3 for your faction. So they are selling them much like the Science Destroyers. That you can buy a 3-pack of just the ones for your factions. You can buy them independently if you so desire, or you can buy a 9-pack that's got all of them for all the factions. They are using the same pricing system that Cryptic has used in the past. So the individual ship is $30, as is the norm for T6 ships. Getting 3 of them is 3 for the price of 2, and then so that makes it $60 for the 3-pack, and then the 9-pack is once again 3 for the price of 2, so it's $120. Which, yes, that's a lot of money for all those ships, but at the same time, it's also 9. But again, also at the same time, are you really going to be flying quite that many?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So what you're really paying for is the customization options.
Yeah. Like for me, if it wasn't for the fact that each one has their own trait, I would only be flying one of the 3 ships, just like I've done with the just like actually so far I've done with every 3-pack ship that I've purchased. Like for my Odysseys, I bought the 3-pack for all the customization options and for the console bonus, but I only fly the tactical version because that's the one that I want the bridge officer and console slots for.
So there's our friend still set again. Now we have to blow up the Vaadwaur fleet.
Yeah.
Unlike the Malachi fleet last time, these guys are kind of a pain.
Yeah. These guys are... I mean, the Vaadwaur has always been pretty chufty, especially with their cannon barrage. Like that cannon... That's actually kind of I would say the problem with doing any Vaadwaur stuff in a party, because they will arrive in a fairly large group and alpha strike all of their cannon barrages, which
at me,
at all of us. But you are probably the one that's generally closer, and even if you aren't, you're the one that's flying an escort, so you're the one that doesn't have a lot of defense, so you go down pretty easily. Whereas, like, I can take it, just not very well. But yeah, if it wasn't for, like, even if they didn't have a trait for each ship, I would still buy the 3-pack just for the looks, even though I would only fly one of them. That said, though, I'm actually not that keen on the traits for these ships. I'll put up what they are as a note, but like I don't actually like what the traits are this time, which is kind of a shame. But not
for your wallet.
Well, I really like how the ships look, and their stats are really nice. So I'm definitely going to get them eventually, but it's going to be after I finish leveling the Samsar. Yeah, Commander Jirok is not happy with us hanging out with the sub-commander.
So
we're gonna...
She's gonna go looking for the thing, the base.
Yeah, so we found
which will come up in a later mission.
Yeah, so we found 2 potential bases, and the 2 of them are going to search for which one it could potentially be at. But we've got some other patrols and stuff to take care of first, so we'll catch up with them later.
Yeah. So next would be the Rivos system, which is just kind of down this way,
just south slightly. Yeah. So the like those those ships look real nice. In fact, here's flying by like this person here has one, but he's got some set bonus on, which is coloring his nacelles a funny color. But yeah, those
Jem'Hadar.
Yeah, it's the Jem'Hadar set.
Which means he's using Polarons.
Yeah, but those.
Or he has no idea what he's doing. He's just throwing random set pieces on there.
Yeah, probably.
Probably using Jem'Hadar set though.
Oh, if it's the purple look, it is absolutely the Jem'Hadar set. It's just if he's not using Polarons with the Jem'Hadar set, he's doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we have to go help retrieve cargo.
All right, I'll head this way.
I'll head this way. What's going to go wrong here? Because we know something's going to.
Yeah. So, we might as well talk about what some of the abilities are. Did you come up with some enemies?
Yep.
Alright.
The Malon.
Okay, I'll fly over and help you. So, in addition to that inspiration ability, the ships also, of course, come with a console, one each. The consoles for these basically summon support platforms.
Kill them.
Yep. We'll summon support platforms which will follow along. One of them is a Tetrion beam platform which will shoot at enemies near you. One will be a fleet support platform which will heal the shields of ships around you.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is I call it it's a defense platform of some kind which drops mines around you as you move around. So they're those cargo pods are filled with explosives of some kind. It didn't really hurt us that much, but this guy is trying to get a contract that was out on us.
Akbar.
What a jerk. Okay, we'll just take care of him and the rest of the Malon. Or the Hazari. Well, we got rid of the Malon as well. So those consoles will, of course, have a set bonus if you equip them on the other ships of the command set. But they also have another set bonus with the console that's on the Samsar, which is very interesting. So that's another reason why I want to use them once I finish with the Samsar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad of a set bonus either. Even if it's also still kind of like a lot of that's a lot of console slots taken up. But the Samsar's console has a very nice passive bonus, which you don't normally see on these types of special consoles, because the special ship consoles tend to be active abilities only. So it means you're giving up a passive buff for an active ability, which you can only turn on once every 2 minutes or so.
Yeah. So they tend to not be the greatest of ideas usually.
Yeah, they tend to not be very good, unfortunately. But yeah, the one for the Samsar is still pretty nice because it's like, what is it, like a plus 20-something% hull regeneration rate, plus 26.6% hull healing, and then if you use it, when you activate the console, it gives you a very large straight up heal depending on how low your hull is, and then it causes your energy attacks to give you hull healing as well. So it's a really nice console.
They dead yet?
Yep, that was fast.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you're still alive. We're gonna have to fix that.
He's... Well, it's our good friend Quen out to get us again.
Stupid Ferengi.
Yeah, we'll find that guy eventually. I'll get those.
Then we'll kill him.
We'll do something with him at least.
Kill him.
Maybe.
You're not gonna let me kill him, are you?
I don't know. We'll see. Alright.
Oops.
Oops.
I didn't realize. I was like, do you want to leave the mission? I'm like,
Oh.
yes. For the system. I'm like, yes. Yes, I do.
Might as well continue...
Okay.
Continue grinding out all my Omega particles.
Yes. Now to Brothra in the lower...
Brothra? Oh,
lower
yeah.
left.
Yep,
or
I
lower
see.
right.
I see it.
That'd be because of Mothra.
Yes.
That's some giant space butterflies.
Yep.
Worshipped by small fairy people. I think that would be awesome. Huh. I just realized there's no, like, over project for this event.
Oh,
Like, you know how usually there's one where you can turn in, like, a daily number of marks.
yeah,
to
they
get
don't
dilithium and
normally
stuff?
they don't normally do that for the like for the seasonal events, like the which the anniversary is now basically considered a seasonal event.
Once a year.
Yeah, it is indeed once a year. It's just kind of funny because it's so close to the winter event.
Well, that's just a consequence of when the game launched.
Yeah, like they couldn't have foreseen that they were going to start doing this, so it's just it's more of a funny coincidence. Okay, so this ship here we're coming on has the normal colors. So you can see that there's some really nice colors on the nacelles. And yeah, like there's also 3 different nacelle types, one for each ship type. I really like how all of those ships look. It's just, I think the only thing about the Fed ones that I'm not that keen on is they have that really long, the really long tail, because they have the nacelles connected halfway up the chassis, whereas the
Yeah, that does look a bit weird.
yeah, like I'm not that keen on having that long tail, but those ships also are considered half carriers. So they get 1 hangar slot. Did you get the team map transfer box?
Yes.
Okay,
There we go. Just
All
take
right.
a minute.
not a problem. Yeah, like I really like the stats on those ships. It's just I gotta eventually. I gotta pick them up. Just I want to be done with the Samsar by that point. Alright, so we got a Borg
More
cooperative.
cooperative ship.
So
Needs help.
We'll go give him a hand. Fix them up. Oh, so we're dealing with
The cooperative and the Octani.
Yeah, the Octani, the guys who really don't like the Borg. But we're gonna go fix up both sides because we're nice.
We're Gundam Seed Destiny protagonists.
This one, I think this mission though has an interesting.
Yep.
I can't remember if it was this one or another one had a very interesting, like a very interesting, unique dialogue option. But in any case, yeah, we're being ambushed by some Vaadwaur, so we should deal with that.
Probably.
Well, one thing though about the new battle cruisers is they are the first. They're the first ships that you can get that will have two specializations bridge officer slots. So they have two slots for command bridge officers, And unless you've already done a lot of spec point grinding, you probably only have one.
I think a lot of people will probably have a lot of spec point grinding.
Yeah. And each of the 3 ones, like, you know, because like all 3-pack ships, each one has a different lean, tactical engineering and science. The lean also indicates which one the second command slot is. So like one of them is all of them have, I think it's like a commander command engineering hybrid.
Yeah.
But then like one will have a lieutenant tactical, like a lieutenant science or a lieutenant engineer command hybrid slot. So it's interesting. The command bridge officer abilities are pretty nice. Alright, so we'll help fix up the Okanti and Borg while also blowing up more Vaadwaur ships.
Yeah, the Vaadwaur are jerks.
Yeah.
They can make people forgive the Borg.
Yeah, like, so the one that you get for doing Dust to Dust, she comes with 2 command abilities. The first one is Overwhelm Emitters, which is a really nice one. It's I think I mentioned this one, but you mark a enemy ship, and then you and all allies that attack that ship deal slightly more shield damage and recover shields each time you hit them. Then the second one is Suppression Barrage, which targets an ally, and then that ally, for a limited time, their attacks debuff foes that they attack. So it's actually kind of like a reverse,
Intelligence.
Yeah, kind of. I was saying, like, it kind of does the opposite of attack pattern Omega. The suppressed foes deal a little bit less damage, have a slower flight speed and turn rate, and are slightly less accurate. Actually, I shouldn't even say slightly. It's actually kind of a significant debuff. Okay, so I used it on myself, and now here I am being fired, willing everyone. Because the trait from the Astica is really nice, because it gives you basically a stacking energy bonus every time for every enemy you hit while you do beam fire at will or cannon scatter volley. So it's incredibly useful. Oof, though, like there's really a lot of Vaadwaur ships here because we're doing this 2-player.
Yeah. Kind of a slog, but
at least it's still mostly their frigates and not. Also, I think we kind of pulled both teams.
I think so.
Yeah, so I mean that pull could have definitely been a lot worse. Looks like 2 more, an injector cruiser and the heavy artillery vessel. Alright, well, in different news, I should probably at least mention that Cryptic has released a basically a first-time buyer's bonus for buying Zen. If you do it through the website, it's actually not that bad of a bonus. It's basically some free keys, a
Free shuttle.
a free XP boost, a free R&D boost, and those three are only given to one character. But then it also gives you 2 free shuttles, the Yellowstone and Klingon one that I don't exactly remember.
Fighter, I believe.
Yeah. So the shuttles though are, well, when you claim them, it claims them as like it claims them for that character. It still unlocks them for your entire account. So I just need to repair this flagship.
I'm sure there won't be more enemies to come show up and...
Oh, no, it's
Never mind.
it's a trap.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Alright, so I think it must have actually been the previous mission with the Alcanti and the Borg. So I'll just mention what it was, and I thought it was very, very interesting. I had a unique dialogue option where the Alcanti actually called out that I was a liberated Borg, and I was able to say like, "Hey, I'm actually not Borg anymore. Like it's okay." But they still became aggressive because I was. To their minds, I was still a Borg drone. So I thought that was actually a very interesting thing for Cryptic to actually put into the game. Right, but that was actually an easier fleet. But again, I think it's because we pulled both groups that for that previous fight.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Conti and Octanti.
Yeah.
Anyway, looks like them and the Borg are going to get
Octani.
along from now on.
Yeah, they've got some that are starting to see like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't necessarily be quite so angry about all the Borg.
They're going to be all right.
Let's just hope. All right, where are we patrolling next?
Next, and finally, the Hodos system over to the left.
Hodos, okay. Flying over there now. So yeah, it's not that bad of a bundle.
It's not technically not free, but
yeah,
it's as
but
little as like $5.
But yeah, you have to buy at least. Well, you have to buy some Zen, and the smallest amount you can buy is basically $5. But like those shuttles themselves are also like $5 or $7 each.
Speaking of shuttles, this is a single-player mission and only for shuttles.
Is it? Interesting. Oh, I know which one this one is. Okay. And it's single player. Yeah, I know what this one is. This one was interesting.
Give me a sec. I'm just gonna... equip shit.
That should be fine. So it's I'm gonna fly through a qualification course here.
Oh yeah, that's just a race, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
However, I do not believe like your score actually matters.
No, I was just like equipping weapons and stuff in my shuttle, but
Yeah, I think like you could take it easy if you want, and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure.
yeah, this is basically very similar to the
well, the design of the actual like what they're having you do is the same as the flight stuff during the Riza event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you don't need to follow the route. You just need to hit the gates.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So I remember when I did this one, I found it to be an interesting little like an interesting change of pace. No buttons I want to press.
But yeah, your lap time does not matter at all.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Or at least as far as I could tell, like, I didn't see whether there was actually an achievement for beating a certain time, but...
Well, I mean, you still pass the mission.
Yeah, like, you'll still pass the mission no matter how fast you go. But yeah, it's a nice change of pace. Yeah, it's not really a very long course either.
No. Yeah, I'm sucking at it right now, but... I don't know if there's, like, a competitive version somewhere.
You know, I bet that there is someone who... I bet there's a thread on the forums for best times.
Probably. Assuming there's not leaderboards in the game on the real version.
I don't believe there are leaderboards for this, which is a bit of a shame. Like that, it actually would be nice if there was real leaderboards inside. But as far as I'm aware, while this mission will make a reference to a leaderboard, it is basically handwritten.
Mm-hmm. I hate missing the turns. Frankly, last time I did this in the fighter, which is far more maneuverable.
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now.
So your run's what's much more exciting than mine, isn't it?
I don't know. Probably not.
And there's fireworks.
Yay.
Current record's 131 by a Captain Paris. Never met him.
Yeah. That guy is definitely a much faster flyer than us.
Oh. Okay, you do need weapons for this. Good thing I equipped some.
Yep. Because after you win, some pirates are saying, like, hey, we could use your ship. Because they want to be...
Kazon. I paid $5 for the ship. Screw you. Actually, I didn't pay $5 for the ship. It was. I actually have that runabout for free from somewhere else. I think it was one of the past week-long giveaway things.
Oh yeah, probably. Because what did you do yours in? The Peregrine?
Yellowstone.
Oh, the Yellowstone. Okay. Yeah, you probably got the Yellowstone from a previous giveaway because I think it was actually included. The Yellowstone is also the one that you get for this Zen giveaway. Go figure. I should also mention.
I know I got that fighter from the Zen or from the past giveaway too.
The Peregrine?
No, the Klingon one.
The Klingon one, yeah. I should also mention, because this is something that amused me when the news article for it came out. So, Cryptic made a point when they were announcing and releasing the new bridge officer training system that you're no longer feeding bridge officers to other bridge officers in order to unlock powers. Well, this past week they added a way so that you can now create training manuals by grinding your your unwanted bridge officers, and then you will turn one of their abilities into a training manual, which you will feed to your other bridge officers.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it anymore.
No, you don't. You have alternate options, and it's nice. Like, I think it's there are so many ways to get bridge officers that it's nice for them to have an option to just turn these excess ones into abilities. Generally speaking, if the bridge officer would be bound to you on acquisition, the training manual that they will generate will also be bound. So, like, a lot of the... Where are you heading off to?
The next mission is in the Orletus system, which is just actually to the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
it just took a long way around, apparently.
So, if the bridge officer would be bound to you, the training manual will be bound to you. But if the bridge officer is not, then the training manual is tradable. However, as part of this change, Cryptic also ended up making bridge officers no longer tradable.
No.
Yeah. Alright, so since this is a normal one, I might as well pick up the mission. Capture the flag.
By the Vaadwaur in the Orletus system. The Lisette is making its way there to render assistance.
So a bunch of our ships are under attack by Vaadwaur with the Lisette on its way. So we'd better go and back them all up.
Yes. I may have not just grinded down a Vulcan into a training manual. Which I'm going to make someone eat. Om nom.
Om nom nom nom. So this is one of the systems that we had indicated previously, which is probably why the Lisette is here. Right, so we'll go help our allies up here, while the Lisette will fly out and sort of basically attack on the peripheries. Yeah, so even though it's been quiet lately, it was definitely an interesting week for some STO stuff. So
yeah, new ships. Those are always handy.
Yeah, new ships are always pretty nice. Definitely looking forward to playing around with them. Alright. Fix up this battleship. And I'll go help the next one. Oh, it's a Typhoon. You know, like, that still reminds me that I am amazed. Like, I am amazed that the Typhoon and the Jupiter are still not playable ships.
They're too OP.
Like, they must
They
be.
gave them to us, everything would be ruined.
They
We'd
must.
destroy everything in the game.
Like, it's just kind of weird because, like, now at this point, Cryptic has been giving out so many cruisers. Like, they can't just add the Typhoons anytime soon because it's another battle cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
They've been giving out so many of those lately. So, like, they now, if they are going to be giving us the Typhoon, that's probably going to be for, like, another while. It's just, I am still amazed that we don't have the Typhoon as a playable ship yet. The Jupiter, okay, I'm fine with us not having the Jupiter because it's not that great of a ship, but, or at least it's not that great looking of a ship, but at the same time, like, I don't know why we don't have that ship.
Thanks for the help.
That's a good question.
So, yeah, it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more ship. Which is a Talon. Hey, those ones are interesting. They shift between, like, basically two different modes, which sort of is like they basically shift between, like, a maneuverable mode and an offense mode. So in a way, it's actually a lot like what the Astica is supposed to do, but their version of it is like a permanent mode instead of just a temporary buff. Although for the Talon, it's also an extra attack that they can only use once they shift into their attack mode. Like they basically get their own their own.
It's like the Science Destroyer.
It's kind of like the Science Destroyer. Actually, it's more like they get their own version of the Phaser Lance that they can only use when they're in their attack mode. So it's more like that as opposed to the Science Destroyer. Although I think the Romulans have a ship that's similar. I just can't remember what it is because
The Archif.
is it the Archive?
Yeah, it's got the devastation mode and the
Right.
plasma cannon.
Yeah.
A large Vaadwaur fleet just arrived. This is our chance to strike before they retreat.
All right. So I'll repel.
Go kick their asses.
Yeah, we'll repel this fleet. It is quite a lot of ships, and where are all of our buddies? Oh, whatever. We have the Lizette. That's really all we need. Yeah, especially if we're going to be using gravity well.
Always use gravity well.
Yeah, like it is. Oh, somehow though they managed to disable the Lizette. I don't know how.
Okay, that's this mission.
Yeah. Yes, this is. I think this is the one that you were thinking of last week. Which this is definitely a. This mission has some funny dialogue in it. We gotta finish clearing out this fleet though before we can help the Lizette. See, like even major flagships like the Lizette can fall prey to their cannon alpha strike.
Well, I mean, the Enterprise is the flagship technically, and pets shit happen to it all the time.
Oh yeah, it's just
like the time the several members of the command crew were turned into children, and then the Ferengi took over the ship, and it had to be saved by children. Remember that episode?
A bit, yeah.
Actually, I guess it was only Picard, because the others were like Guinan, Keiko, and Ensign Rose, so
the way
not really command crew.
The way they treated the Ferengi in Next Generation was very funny, especially when you think about what the Ferengi ended up becoming.
In the first season, they were treating the Ferengi as like the big bad.
Yeah, like they wanted
That's
them
just
to be
laughable now.
They wanted them to be the new villain, and yeah, like they're totally not.
I regret to inform you that the Vaadwaur now control the ship. The bridge is lost, and we are locked out of most internal sensors. However, I managed to access a secure comm channel before the security codes.
Guys, it's pretty funny.
Located a safe location for transport. I have sent the coordinates to your ship. Without your assistance, the Lizette and her crew will be lost.
Well, if he's setting up a place for us to head over, we might as well actually join him.
Mm-hmm. Let's go save the Lizette.
Sounds good.
I was actually wondering if it would always be the Lizette or if it would change based on your faction.
Considering the...
But it's the Lizette.
Yeah, it has to be the Lizette considering the, like the progression.
Yeah.
Because this is directly off of the, like the secondary patrol in the patrol missions. And considering it's the Romulans, yeah, it has to be the Lizette. His holodeck simulations determine the commander's quarters is one of the places where the interference would be the weakest. This guy does
crazy prepared.
His plans for everything. Several hundred holodeck simulations of various factions attempting to board the Lizette. He is very thorough.
Mm-hmm. I think this is what happens when a Borg gets bored. Or an ex-Borg gets bored.
Yeah. One of the nice things about this mission as well is that, generally speaking, this is also probably the first time that, like, if you don't play Romulan characters, it's probably the first time your guys have any interaction with most of the Romulan flagship crew.
Aside from last week, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you meet him on the Klingon side at all until now.
Okay, no, that's what I want. Alright. So he'll stay here, but we have to head to the med bay to help the doctor.
We have some Romulan red shirts coming with us.
Yep. Or, well, they went a different way. They phased themselves through that closed door.
Yeah. Oh.
Help some injured crew members.
He's dead. Jim.
Consider the balance.
That's the one who defied God. Kill them all.
And then their medic is a Deferi.
Yeah.
Because balance.
Yeah, I think that is actually a very interesting thing. Like, it's in a way kind of interesting how the Romulan Republic's flagship is a little bit more diverse than anyone else's flagship.
That is more than acceptable. I will not fight, but
I mean, like,
So
they're...
the Klingons like 90% Klingon.
Yeah, the Klingon flagship has I think it has Agorn on it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's basically it.
And the Enterprise has
The Enterprise,
Andorian captain.
an Andorian captain, a Cadian. Who's the Cadian? It has a Cadian.
Yeah.
It has a Vulcan. I mean, but
Bunch of humans.
yeah, but I would say actually the only unusual thing about the Enterprise is bridge crew, like, is the fact that it's an Andorian captain. Everyone else is basically what you would expect an Enterprise to have.
Let's get to work.
Like, ooh, it's got a Vulcan science officer. Who could have foreseen this happening?
Glad to see you. But
It's just
if you're
logical.
here instead
Yeah.
of the bridge, it means you're following a plan made by Gaius and his scenarios.
Oh, the doctor's realizing that, yep,
The
we're
equipment here is still operational.
doing something
I'll begin
for
treating the
Gaius.
wounded. There's a console nearby you can use. I've watched enough of Gaius and his scenarios to know that he would never count on a single team success. He'd send someone else to the bridge. And I...
Alright, so we'll talk to the security team.
Actually, I'll let you do it. Yeah, Gaius is kind of crazy prepared.
Yep.
Emphasis on the word crazy.
They're about to assault the bridge. So we'll see how this team of nameless red shirts deals with taking back the bridge.
Where others have failed. Where others have failed.
He's got
Hacks.
Yeah, he's got pretty good shields.
Hacks. He turned on God mode.
Yeah, he's just going around punching everyone out. Jeez.
Cheater. He did his best.
Yeah.
You should have taken Gaul's offer. You should have taken Gaul's offer.
I imagine we fulfill.
We'll see about that.
I've run simulations where the security's failed. Unlike this, we should continue with the plan. We have this area
Oh, we've come across something that Gaius' simulations have not quite dealt with. This will be interesting. Alright, well, we better head to the armory then.
Armory.
Oh, okay, good. This time it's letting us both proceed. Yeah, that was definitely a little weird on that mission, where like only one of us could use the turbo lift.
Yeah, it was probably a bug.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Help some of these.
And one that hasn't been quashed yet.
Yeah, we'll help some of these injured crew members. And this should be the armory. So get in here, get rid of all these Vaadwaur, and have free access to all the weapons. Of course, running around here in the torpedo room and shooting our beams, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, I just threw a grenade and it worked out okay.
Oh, well, okay. She is.
So apathetic.
She just doesn't seem to be very happy about the matter, I
She's
guess.
just bored.
Yeah, probably.
Every last one of them is sweat. Nobody makes me look like a fool.
It's like she wants to be voiced by Jane Lynch, but isn't.
I can't be in two places at once. We have problems in the brig and in Zionel and his team are pinned down in engineering, and Commander Giraffe and Sub-Commander Merrill are in the brig. I'm going to head engineering. The Vaadwaur get control of the Singularity.
Alright, so we might as well rescue the captain. But yeah, like this mission basically is a big introduction to all the major players of the Romulan flagship, which is actually a very interesting thing for them to do.
They're a quirky, awesome, and interesting crew.
Yeah,
if they were a TV show, I would watch it.
Yeah, I absolutely would like to see. I would like to say that Cryptic has done a pretty good job of representing the crews of all the flagships. Although the Klingon flagship could be a little better, because there's still been so little seen on their from their perspective. I think really you see their captain, you see the way the captain acts about stuff. But I think the only time you really get much of an opportunity to see the crew, even on the Klingon side, is their First Contact Day stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, the Republic flagship people and the Federation flagship folks, like, you still get to do a fair amount of stuff with them. So it's quite interesting. It would be nice to see more done with them in general. It's just Star Trek Online is kind of an odd place for that because, like, sort of by definition, they can't be the primary because that's your crew. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if there was a show about the Lizette crew, I'd totally watch it.
Yeah, I think that would actually be really. I think that'd be really rad.
Or books or something.
Yeah.
Books are probably more likely.
Yeah, books are probably more likely because they're.
I
know that there has been some STO, at very least some STO short fiction done already.
Yeah, it usually shows up in online magazines.
Yeah, like I know that there has been at least once an STO story in the official Star Trek magazine.
What's the situation?
But yeah, I think it would be interesting to see something side done, focusing on the flagship cruise.
Wiped out our security team, but he knocked Var and me out. Is Zino there? If he and Ju can hold engineering while we take the bridge, we can take control of the ship and then clean up the Vaadwaur from there. I've dealt with worse, just not particularly mobile.
Alright, so now that we've rescued the captain, she's not doing too well. We'll have to go and help everyone else trying to take the bridge.
Commander Giraffe requires our assistance.
Hey, good of you to show up, Gaius.
And the doctor.
And the doc, yeah. I mean, yeah, considering what...
Doctor should probably be there. She's injured.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, considering what the commander has just said, should probably let the doc... That Vaadwaur is not here.
Disabled the weapons.
Better return control of the Lizette back over.
So yeah, he was trying to fire on our ship, and he failed.
Oh, of course.
Because Gaius is crazy good with security.
Yeah, I would imagine he is.
If you want to live, you will give me what I want. I've survived worse than you. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
It's a Riemann pirate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was this all a trick to lure us away from engineering? What are they trying to... Oh, he couldn't. I fear the worst.
I'm not entirely sure trying to overload the Singularity Core would be that much worse. Like, right here is the Thalaron drive. Assuming that the Lizette has the Thalaron stuff in it. Which,
I think it does.
I'm pretty sure it does. Like, to be fair, though, at least the port isn't open. So we don't... I don't think we actually know.
The Vaadwaur can't use the Lisette to attack
But-
our ships.
Here's a plan.
Make a statement
Yeah.
By destroying us with our
I mean,
own
yes,
singularity.
destroying the
I've
Lizette
analyzed the data
with its
from other
Singularity
teams
Core,
fighting
or at the very least just like destroying the
Events in
Lizette
Singularity Core
sends
carry a modified
sends a
version
message
of
for
the
sure. But like,
I'm not cleared
if
to
this
give you all
ship
the
had
details,
the Thalaron
but
core,
the
like,
Lisette is testing several
you know, it was
advances
it
that
like
have not
it's
been
just
provided
over
to
there.
other
So
ships
you know,
in the
maybe you
fleet
should
at
just
this
use it.
time. Narrow believes direct
Sam, we're wondering why he told that guy, if you want to live, you'll give me what I want, when he was trying to destroy the ship.
Yeah.
I believe this plan has a low
Think, yeah, that's
chance
gonna
of
help you.
success, but it is the best option we have. If you can lure the
All right,
Vaadwaur
so
beneath the
we're
vents,
gonna try and
our line will
now
overload, causing the plasma to cover the Vaadwaur and weaken it. We'll have one more problem to deal with
expose
before the
this
Vaadwaur has
overseer
erected a shield
to
around the
a
singularity.
plasma vent.
Smart, I must say. No one will be able to affect him.
It'll be
when he is
fine.
inside. You must trick him into dropping that shield. I suggest playing
Trick him
towards
into
the
dropping
Vaadwaur's
a
pride.
shield that he erected around the
That is usually
Singularity.
surest way to convince him. That was the first thing
Oh.
I tried when I arrived.
So
There is
we
something
asked, like, why don't we
preventing
just
us
beam
from
him out into
transporting
space?
onto
And
any
guys
of the
like,
Vaadwaur.
did you really think I didn't think of that
I have
first?
observed that many Starfleet officers also carry devices that
And he's like,
prevent them from being randomly transported.
it's not. You shouldn't really consider that unusual because you have a similar thing that prevents you from being beamed away. Which is an interesting thing to admit.
Oh, yeah, it points out why they don't always just beam some dude out into space.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
we need to confront the overseer and try and get him.
Heh.
Whoops. We absolutely do not want to be standing in those if they go off.
No. Oh, help Lieutenant Terrell here.
Yeah, I'll get him back up. All right.
You made it.
Let's confront this overseer.
I had hoped you would be neutralized by now. My pride as a Vaadwaur. That's good. Very good. This is simply interesting. Will you abandon the Lisette, or will you stay in town?
So we basically taunt him by saying that he won't get to actually watch us die.
Yeah, what a loser.
All right, so we'll try to get.
Come here.
Come on,
Come here.
On, yeah, come on. Get inside the
Right
red
here.
circle.
Come here. Come over here. Over here. Over here.
All right, that helped a bit.
Oh, you got a shield down.
Yep. Now we're.
He's recovering. Throw him back beneath one of the pipes.
All right, there we go. So get him back under.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
This is definitely going a lot better than when I tried to do this myself. Like having the two of us definitely made that a fair bit faster.
I didn't actually have much trouble with them, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have trouble with him either. It's just it was a longer battle.
I will not be stopped.
We need a
It's
better
like-
solution.
I guess the big thing was really just that like the two of us have a. Here's a great idea. We're gonna throw a grenade right at the Singularity Core. Wow, my aim on that grenade looked real bad. I don't know how it looked on your cutscene, but I instead threw it into the Singularity Core.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we need a better way to fight it.
I'll get to work.
Of course, guys will get to work.
He will totally get to work.
I mean, why wouldn't you think that he would?
I like how this part of the mission is how we stop the invincible Vaadwaur.
We will not forget what you did for us.
Talk to
Lieutenant
everyone.
Simon will work with Nerl to learn more about this Vaadwaur. If there are more out there like him.
Yeah, we're gonna need better ways to fight an invincible Vaadwaur if we're gonna be seeing more.
Why was this Vaadwaur practically invincible? He wasn't like it.
Be very useful to
Yeah,
know.
this bit here lets you know that he worked with Obasek.
I like Zionel.
Well, dude, he's reaming with a freaking eye patch.
Yeah.
But he wasn't as smart as he thought he was.
All he needs is a peg leg and a space parrot.
I know. Then you have.
I think that's
Yeah,
it.
it's just those two in
Oh, actually, no. Terrell. Oh, you already talked to Terrell.
Yeah, I already talked to Terrell.
Yeah, it's just those three.
Okay.
Without you, we would have lost that assault. It's unfortunate we couldn't capture the
Too bad we can't question him, but considering the way he was going around, I don't think anything would have held him anyway. So,
Hulk smash.
yeah, pretty much.
success with the plasma.
We can't count on throwing every Vaadwaur like him into a singularity core.
Black hole guns.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
Just give us black hole guns.
You know, they still haven't ported the iMod into STO. I want that gun to be added at some point.
Yeah, there's a game I want on GOG.
Yeah. Actually, like there are a bunch of the Star Trek games I want to be added to.
Yeah, they got Star Wars games. Now it's time for Trek.
Yeah, because there are a few of them that like you can't get digitally that I really want.
I don't think you can get any of them digitally.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Like aside from this one, obviously.
Yeah.
And maybe
well,
the third person
there,
shooter.
yeah, there are a few. Like there's this one. There's DAC, which was a real bad cash in to coincide with the first.
Is that the twin stick shooter?
Yeah. And then there's the third person shooter. But yeah, like all the classic ones, no one seems to have the rights to put them up somewhere digitally at the moment, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, I'm sure it's a rights issue because they were at the time published by Activision.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is probably
now. I think the rights are owned by Bamco.
It is probably a really weird rights issue as well. Like, I imagine a part of it also, like, it doesn't help that the Trek rights are kind of oddly split, which is like why STO doesn't have access to a lot of Trek stuff. Because, like, for example, the TV stuff is CBS, but the movie stuff is Paramount. So, like, that's why very few of the movie stuff is actually in STO, because they need to get specific permissions for all those. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff with, like, they don't have access to anything in the animated series because that's held by someone else entirely. So, but they can.
Except cat people.
But they can use the Cadians.
Oh yeah, because they're named
Yeah,
differently.
because the Cadians were in the TV show.
Frisians, that's what I was thinking of. The Klingon cat
The
people.
The Klingon. I can't remember if the Klingon cat people were just made out of whole cloth or not.
No, kind of. It's basically the same race, but they're using a different name for rights issues because they're actually originally... They appeared in the animated series, but they were originally from a... I believe it's called the Known Space book series by Larry Niven.
Okay. Okay. Well, regardless, yeah, there's... STO has to deal with some really weird rights issues because the Trek stuff is split kind of awkwardly. So I imagine that part of the issue with the rest of the video games is related. But again, like, it's a shame because there are absolutely some games that I would like to have put digitally so that I can get them in a manner that I know would work. Like, yeah, I've got Elite Forces and Elite Forces 2, but you know, like, they're still kind of old games, and I know that if they showed up on
Windows 98,
and I know that if they showed up on GOG would make sure they would work. The same with all the old Starfleet Command games, because those games are great.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really like to do something with them, but I need to do a lot of work on them probably. But that's something I should actually look into myself, because again, like, I want to do something with those games as well.
Those are good games.
They are.
Kind of similar to this one.
Yeah, like that's actually the first thing I noticed when I started playing STO. Like that, the way ship combat works is a lot like Starfleet Command. Starfleet Command goes into more detail, but that's because it's
much more tactical.
Yeah, it's much more tactical, and it's actually based on a board game as well, which is why.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does its space combat probably a lot better, but it's still really really nice. I still really like STO space combat, even if it's not necessarily quite like the Starfleet Command games, but that's fine.
Yeah.
In any case, that'll be it for us for this week. I'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.